Alright, so I'm back with another beer review. This time I'm switching it up. I'm not doing New England or hazy IPAs anymore. I'm going to be trying a Pilsner, and this is going to be a double dry hop Pilsner. And Pilsner came out of the Czech Republic in like 1842, I believe, in a Czech town called Pilsen, I believe is how it's pronounced. So yeah, it's a Pilsner, Pilsen, right? The Germans adopted the style later on, and they had their own variant. And I think this one by New Trail in Love City, the collaboration out of New Trail's Expedition Pack, is a double dry hopped, I think it's a Germanic styled Pilsner. It's gonna have some Citra and Mosaic hops, and I think Tula hops. I forget what the last hop was, but it's double dry hop. So a Pilsner in itself is gonna be less bitter and more herbal in itself anyways. And with that dry hopping process after the wort phase, I believe it is, when they're getting that wort and they're like putting all of the hot water on the grains or whatever they do during the wort. I'm still learning. That also contributes to the beer not being as bitter, but you're gonna get a lot of these hop aromas out of it. So I'm gonna bring in a special guest for this review, so can't wait for you guys to see who it is. All right, so I told you we were gonna bring a special guest in, and this is my mama.
Hi.
So this is what we usually do. We're gonna try to drink the beer, we're gonna rate it, but I'm gonna just kind of walk you through some of the steps that I go through when I go to drink a beer. So obviously, you take a look at it first. So what are some of the characteristics of this beer that you can see right now?
That it's clear. You know, I've been drinking more of the hazy beers, so you know, it's clear and light.
Right, and so we're drinking a Pilsner from Love City and New Trail. They did a collaboration. So I've been telling you a lot about Love City, and we've had a couple New Trails when I was here before. So this is a really interesting collaboration. I think they're doing stuff throughout all of PA, but I saw this and I had to go get it. And it's double dry hopped, and I've never really had a Pilsner that was like that. And really when I think Pilsners, I think like Miller Lite for some reason. So like the clearness that I'm getting, now my glass feels a little colder, but it's not as clear as yours for some reason. So that's interesting, but just poured it, we'll see. The other thing I do after I take a look at it is smell it.
Smell the hops.
Yeah, it's dry hop. So when you dry hop this, what you're going to usually get is you're not going to get as much of the bitterness, but you're going to get the flavor from it, but not the bitter flavor from it, if I believe correctly. I may be wrong, but you also get a lot of the aroma. That's what you're going to get. So they'll usually add hops later on in the process to give you more of a bitter flavor. But you looked at it, you smelled it. Last thing to do, let's taste it. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's different than Pilsners I'm used to, hot beer, but I don't drink a lot of Pilsners. Probably I used to drink Beck's, which was a Pilsner, so I don't even know if they still make
so that's
Beck's.
interesting. Beck's, yeah, they definitely make Beck's, and Beck's is from Germany, and this is a Germanic style Pilsner. And Pilsner's usually a Czech. It was a Czech invention. I think it's out of like the town of Pils or something like that. But then later Germany adopted the style as well. So Beck's would be a German Pilsner.
Yeah, it's been so long since I drank a Beck's, I can't compare it. And Dad used to like Pilsner Arkel, which is a Czech.
Yeah,
Czech Pilsner. And I like Stella, which is Belgian, which I don't think is quite as hoppy as this, but it's different. I like IPAs, so the hops kind of gives me a little bit of that.
So you know what's funny? When we got to sit down, to do this, you were kind of worried about, I don't know what I'm going to talk about and say, and that was probably better than what I've ever said. So, but so you kind of mentioned Beck's, you mentioned some of Stella, and what did you used to drink before craft beer?
It's funny, I used to drink, and I know they don't make this anymore, Stroh's beer was my go-to beer in my 20s.
I thought you were going to say in the 20s, like, Mom, you're not that old.
And then Yuengling lager, and I still like Blue Moon. That just is like a comfort beer to me. I just like the smell, the look. I know I'm always going to like it, but it took me a while to get into IPAs, and I feel I missed out on a lot for a long time because that's probably my favorite right now. So,
hey, Mozart.
Oh, another guest.
Yeah, IPAs are my favorite. I am trying my best to keep away from IPAs for a while when I do these reviews, because I figured, I've done like 3 or 4 New England IPAs, those hazy IPAs right in a row. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I got to switch it up, try something I'm not really interested in, which is Pilsners. And on one of the episodes from my podcast, Chris and Corey was the guest. He really likes Pilsners, and Chris has been getting into them. So I thought I would try them. I have some Tavor Pilsners coming, so I can't wait to get into that. But yeah, cheers. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Oh, did you figure out? You said Tavers?
I still have no clue how that's supposed to be said.
I was thinking about it, and I just thought of flavor because it's kind of spelled that way. So flavor. Taver. But names could be different.
You're probably right. I should have asked you to begin with, since you're an X-reading specialist.
But names don't always follow the rules. But
You might be right.
Would be my default till you figure it out.
I'm going with that for now. Yeah, we'll see.